Hi, I'm Joe Walensky from Blink, and I'm meeting with many of the presenters who will be at our ConveyUX event in February in Seattle. And today I'm speaking with Michele Marut. Hello, Michele. How are you?
Hi, Joe. I'm good.
Where are you speaking to us from?
I'm speaking to you from Intuit in Mountain View, California.
All right. Well, if you're not familiar with Michelle already, she's a senior user researcher there at Intuit. She's worked in the user experience field for 14 years in both hardware and software in a variety of industries. And her topic at the conference is Beyond Personas, Creating an Immersive Customer Experience. So why don't you give us a little preview of what you're going to talk about?
Okay, thanks, Joe. So I'm going to talk about a story where we took a team that thought that they were designing a demo that was supposed to include some working hardware, some tablets, some online features, and some different things, and that they would be doing a demo in 2 weeks. And instead of doing that, what we did was we created an immersive experience that lasted for 6 months and actually engaged the entire team and went way beyond a one-time demo. So what we did, what we were challenged with originally was in order to present our product and what we were working on to stakeholders, we were going to need to do three things. We needed to show the overall strategy, we needed to show where we were targeting, and we needed to show how the project that we were working was solving the pain points that our target customer was encountering. And so in this case, our target customer was a small retail store or small business that had a retail front to it where they would be ringing up customers, maybe like a salon that also sells shampoo or a small bookstore or something else like that. And you've probably seen many of these small businesses. A lot of them are using tablets and iPhones today in your local neighborhood. And so what we did is we set up an actual store here at Intuit to really get into the feeling of being in front of customers and taking payments. And so again, because we were charged with making something on a tablet, we had the tablet where we were going to be using our GoPayment product to take the payments. We hooked up a cash drawer. We hooked up a receipt printer. We hooked up many of the other paraphernalia that you might encounter in an actual store. And in this case, we started out just working in a regular office that was given to us as a war room. And we raised the counters. We started to bring in props. We started to bring in things to be our fake inventory. And we started to put things on the walls. Also, because we worked it into it, we wanted to demonstrate not only that you were taking the payment through our tablet application, but that you would see it show up in the books. In this case, we used QuickBooks Online, one of the accounting products that we make. And so we also had to set up a back office where our fake store owner would be checking her books. Maybe she was even sending some invoices because we created a store where she offered design services and she had home goods. So maybe like a very small version of Pottery Barn. And so this was really exciting, but certainly challenging because again, many demos. The reason we went beyond the regular demo of PowerPoint is how do you show things that are live, maybe on tablets, and then showing things on the web. It's not easy to do. So we really had to build out all of these different spaces. And not only did we build them out, but we actually got very much into targeting not just the store, but we branded our store Helen's Habitats. And by branding the store, it taught us lessons about being small business owners and what a business would go through. We had to make sure that the logo and the name printed on the receipt. Sometimes it didn't always print on the receipt, and so we got to experience that. We also got to experience running credit cards through. We experienced error messages and all the things that a real store owner would experience, as well as a customer who tried to do a return. And so we got into playing both the employee who was running the business or running the back of the store and playing the customer who was dealing on the other side of that. And so it was really exciting, and our whole team was delighted, and they actually got into it. They learned a lot because all these like I said, all these experiences that happened to us happened to them too. Everybody came in, they tried to be the employee, they tried to be the customer, they tried to hook things up to the back office, and because of that, we were able to fix things and find things much quicker than maybe saying, oh, a customer did this, or we saw this in a lab session. And so people were very responsive and very willing to help. We also brought in real customers. and we really made them feel at home, people who had stores and sold items. And in order to really help them feel at home, we had them bring their own inventory. So we had people that sold baseball memorabilia come through, people who sold handbags, who sold hats, who sold shoes, all different types of things, and we had them show up in our store and try to sell us their items and go through the experience. And we learned a lot by having them really walk through that too, and us getting to watch them and having them say, "This would not be here, or this would be like that." So it was really exciting.
Well, it's an amazingly elaborate story. It's a very interesting one, so I'm sure it'll provoke a lot of discussion at the conference. So,
Okay.
yeah, thanks for taking the time to chat with us, and we'll see you here in Seattle in a short while.
Yep. Great. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.
Okay.